Hello guys, my name is Benz, welcome to the video. A couple of days ago the 1.27 update for ETS2 was released, in line with the one for ATS. I can't remember what number that was. I think it was 1.6 or something like 1.7, I can't remember exactly. I did do a live stream on it. It is on the channel somewhere. I didn't edit it at all, I did edit it just a little bit because I had to go to the toilet in that video. But yeah, I put that up, that's up, so take a look at the ATS one. This one's going to be an edited video for this one because I haven't got time to do a live stream. So this video is going to be a little bit rushed. Apologies for that. But yeah, so a quick rundown on what is in the 1.27 update, 1.27 patch update, whatever you want to call it. I said it was going to be very much like ATS, and it is in a way, but they've brought it more in line with ATS instead of they've brought in something else. They've actually included police cars, or police, what they say here, country-specific police cars AI. I'm currently reading this off the Steam news page for ETS2. This update brings a new element which synchronises the game with ATS. Cop cars in traffic. Police cars have a unique look for each country. That doesn't say whether they're actually going to be able to fine you. I would assume so, because that's what they can do in ATS, and they'll just copy and paste that system onto ETS, which is okay. I guess it does bring in to the game, if you're worried about getting fines and getting pulled over and that, then that will affect you, which is nice. Trailer liftable axles. I said in that live stream before, that's not going to be that thing's not going to be so relevant in ATS because the American trailers seem to have a lot less axles than what the European trucks and trailers do, so it's not going to be too much of a thing in ATS. ETS maybe, but then again I had a bit of an argument about that, saying that if you've got a loaded trailer, then why would you have a raised axle? You'd try and distribute the weight across the whole axle, so you would never have it up anyway, which makes no sense. Sylvie. Differential lock, which I'm hopefully going to test this video, because I'm going to drop off a trailer in, I hope it's going to be a rough terrain quarry style one. So I've got really itchy nose, so we'll test that. Adaptive transmission modes, we're going to test that as well. I found where that setting is. I will show you that in 1 second. I'm currently on a certain setting. Improved engine simulation model, friction braking consumption. That's one of the things that's one of the major updates, but you'll never tend to really see unless you're really concentrating on it. Some minor changes, or the bigger ones that are minor changes. Volvo with Allison gearbox can shift up over 4 gears, so I'm assuming that can jump 4 gears. Block change. There's some things on there. Multiple fueling points on gas stations. So we're going to have more than one fuel points on a gas station. I didn't actually see that one. That's quite an important one. That would be a good one when it comes over to multiplayer, when it's updated onto there. Transmission input shaft simulation. I don't know what that shows. There's modern info, which I'm not too interested about. There's the thing about, I can't scroll down the page. Can I get across and scroll? I can. There we go. Cutting DLCs owned by the player to his world to make the content available for all World of Trucks features. I'm not too sure what that one is, but yeah, that's another little update for that. So yeah, right. Let's start off with the power modes. They are under gameplay. Beforehand, we had an option for. Hold on, it was controls. Sorry, it's not the controls, which I didn't quite make sense of. So, controller slot wheel, transmission real automatic. I believe you have to have real automatic. Oh no, you don't. Sorry, no. So real automatic, I've got it as adaptive automatic transmission. So this is your what you want the gearbox to do. I want to save money. I want to run a business correctly. Therefore, I'm in economy mode. So it will block change when it can. So it'll jump more than 1 gear. That'll keep me in higher gears, pull away in higher gears, all that sort of stuff. Normal mode, I would assume it's how it was beforehand. I'm not sure. I'm not going to test that too much this video. We'll have a look at another video, maybe on when we've got it set up on multiplayer. We'll test out on the Pro Mods No Pain No Gain series. And then high power mode is what it is. Get the most performance out of the engine. But as I've said before, that's not a huge thing. Maybe that will become handy when you try and get out of quarries with heavy trailers, but when you're just trundling down the motorway, it's not going to be too much of an issue. You don't need it. So economy mode for me, set it up how you feel you want it. Right, so we've got a little drive going on here. I've got the water trucks, job is in progress. Got a little fuel tanker going from Gothenburg to Jönköping, I'm assuming that is. It's only a tiny little journey, but I think the destination is some sort of. Actually, I want to check on the map what the destination is. It's a Norwich Strength place. Yes, so it's going to be hopefully going to be a tricky one. Hopefully a tricky reverse. We can test the Diff Lock. We can actually see if we have a liftable trailer axle in here. Don't know. Okay, so lift the trailer on the truck still, but I just want to make sure it's not. There's another button for it. Actually, I think there is. It's not assigned. So this is just assign it to. I don't know what that button's meant to be. Let's just assign it to a slash. Let's see if that does anything on here. Okay, it has. It has lifted an axle. What weight is the trailer? The trailer's only 12 tons, so you could say, yeah, we could do without the axle down. Let's do that. Let's go with the axle up. We might as well. Something new. Ah, little lights. That's something else I noticed on this when I was driving down to pick up this trailer. Beforehand, you never had a light on the Volvo. You had a light on some other models, like the Mercedes, to say the axle was up. Now you have it on the Volvo as well, and you also have the trailer axle one as well. Which is quite odd, you don't normally have a trailer light on the dash. You have to have like a specific system for that. But anyway, cool. Something else you'll also notice is on the dash where it gives the gear changes down there, it says A3 rather than drive 3. So it's automatic rather than drive. Whether that changes when you go to a different power mode, I don't know. But anyway, let's hit the road. So, got a fuel tanker, 12 tons. Let's go. I am playing on my multiplayer profile because I do not want to mess up the Pro Mods file, which I'm hoping I haven't already because I fucked up earlier and loaded up the wrong profile. Hopefully it hasn't screwed it over. Hopefully I can roll it back to play the Pro Mods mod. But driving down to here, because I started in Gothenburg, drove down to this area. The gearbox definitely it felt slightly different, not much different, but it definitely block changed a lot more. Like beforehand, if you were to floor it, so we stick it top speed. Beforehand, it would pull away in 4th or 5th, something like that, but now I think it pulls away in 6th without a trailer on, which is very handy. And even on this, beforehand, when you stuck a trailer on, it's now more sensitive to weight. So beforehand, if you put a 12-ton trailer on, it would pull away in 1st or 2nd, but now it pulls away in 3rd. So really, it should be able to pull away in 4th with a 12-ton trailer on, but instead of it's something, it's still a good improvement on what it was. But this has been the first update in a while. Well, keeping up for the police cars as well, by the way. This has been the first update in a while where I've actually been highly interested in it because it is something that's made the game far more simulation-like. It's brought in a lot more realism to it. made it more into a simulator. Some of the things aren't perfect, some of the things aren't actually properly correct, but it's going in the right direction. Definitely going in the right direction. got far to where we need to go. Like I say, it's literally a very short video for this. I've got stuff to do, like usual. So is there anything else on that list I can talk about? Something about engine brake toggle. I don't think a lot of people use it, but I'll say anyway. Engine brake input is not. If engine brake toggle is not assigned, increase/decrease engine brake input works. Can be headache looking across. Like similar to retarder. I don't know what that means. That might have made some sense to some of you guys. The police cars coming into the game in ETS2 could be very handy for the multiplayer. Does it turn off here? Turn across? No. Could be very handy for the multiplayer mod because that can be. One day I'll get around to emailing the developers, but what I would like to see is another separate server for literally just being dedicated to people who want to play the game properly. And I mean speed limits, try and put in a fatigue simulation as well. That'd be very handy. And bringing in the police could help with that, because yeah, all you get is a slap on the wrist, but you could modify it. If you've got a piece of AI in the game now that goes around and catches you speeding or catches you jumping red lights or whatever, you could use that in a way. I don't know, I'm not a programmer, but I'm sure you could use it in a way to set bans or disconnect people from servers, which, seeing as there's not a huge amount of AI, a huge amount of admins on multiplayer, I'm being very highly critical here, you know, looking after the servers, why not let an AI do it? As long as the AI works, and it does its job in the game, what it's meant to in the single player, then why can't it work on multiplayer? Obviously you'll still get your server like EU2 where it's just unlocked and everyone can do what the fuck they want anyway, and they do what they want anyway. But I think you should still have the option. I think there would still be quite huge interest in the server where it was properly realistic. But to be honest, I don't think the developers of the server, the developers of the game are too into that either, which is sad. Right, so we're now going up on our destination so we can test the Diff Lock. There's new noises as well. I don't know what they are. I keep hearing new little clonks and noises, and so God knows what they are. I keep forgetting this shape. When I'm back in this Volvo, I keep thinking I'm on multiplayer. So where is well, hopefully it's going to be in a rough place. Let's go around here. Hold on, let's test it here. So I've got my, it's set to V. One thing you got to be worried about is if you set to V, Then V is also the microphone switch, the CB radio switch on multiplayer, so you'll have to reassign one or the other. So there's no wheel slip. Okay, the gearbox is still struggling, but that's only because of the gearbox being the gearbox. But there was no wheel slip. I would have struggled beforehand. Wish I took a heavier trailer really. I'm going to have to flip it round. One thing I want to see is if you're driving around here with the diff lock still engaged, does it damage you? Because in real life it should do. Ooh, crap, crap, crap. I'm going to get around here. Ooh. I think I'm only on. Am I only on? Shit. This ain't the best way to be, but whatever. That trailer's gonna go clunk. No, okay. Right, so let's get around this corner. Wrong way, wrong way. Look out the window here. Hill there. Let's just bring it forward a bit more. This gearbox seems smooth. It seems a bit nicer. Oh, that's a bit fast. Slow down. No, that was probably a bit too. What's that noise? Am I down on air? I am down on air. They've changed the air simulation a bit more realistic, which is handy. Oh, whoa, 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 slow down, slow down. Yeah, the air system seems to be a bit more realistic. I didn't see that in the list there. Anyway, sorry, so can we get up here? Yes. Now we would have struggled with that beforehand, without the diff lock. So that's gonna be very handy indeed. Right, let's finish this up here. Alright, stop there. Drop the trailer. Job complete. Okay, so that is actually very handy to see. The diff lock is going to be a major improvement, especially coming out the quarries and manoeuvring around them sort of areas, the sort of quarry, the mixing site sort of thing. That'll make that job a lot easier, especially when you're reversing up them bigger hills, because when you go further around, let me see if I can see it, if it is in this one. Just look around. That one up there, can't really get a pointer, but just to the left where that digger is on the left there, that is another job off point that you have to. You sometimes have to reverse your trailer right up there, or you can drive forwards. Or I like to reverse it and give myself a bit of a challenge. But I'll take these off now. But yeah, that is another place where you can go. So the diff lock is going to be very good and very handy. Haven't seen any of the police cars yet, so hopefully we'll see one of those maybe on the No Pain No Gain series when they've updated pro mods as well. Fingers crossed on that one, because I want to see how that'd work in multiplayer. See if people actually pay attention to them. Adaptive transmissions. So I'm an Eco eco mode. That is slightly different. It's not a huge difference, but I think it's more realistic for me because I know how a Volvo gearbox works, and that does bring it more into line with how a Volvo gearbox works. The old iShift 802412E, I think, is on these ones now. No, 26E is on the FH17s. FH17s, FH16s. Yes, I think so. Yeah. Improved engine simulation. Something's different. I can't put my finger on what. We just seen there that the air simulation is definitely different because the more you use the brakes, the more I was using the brakes, definitely the more gauge was going down and actually bringing the buzzer on. Beforehand, you could hit the brakes, pump the brakes as much as you want, you'd never move that gauge. So that's definitely bringing it more in line with what a Volvo does. Obviously, we have to test all this on other models as well. We can test it on the Iveco, on the No Pain No Gain series. We'll get to that eventually. Yeah, I think that is a trailer liftable axles. That's more of a cosmetic thing. I think there's no huge benefit to it unless they're going to start bringing in where you own your own trailers. If they bring that in, then that'll be fantastic for it because you're then saving your tyres on the trailer. But until they do that, there's not a huge. It's just a visual thing in my eyes. Is there anything else we need to look at? No, I think that is about it. Let me know what you think about this new update, guys. Leave some comments, have a chat. Let me know what you think. Give me some ideas of what you think should be in the game as well, and what you want to see. I know there's a big thing about bringing rigid vehicles into the game, and that sort of died down. So I was talking about buses as well, but that's died down as well. But yeah. Let me know what you think. So for now, guys, that is it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I shall talk to you all very soon. Bye bye.